Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Cards. And this episode, as always, is brought to you by whispersinink.net. And I hope everyone is having a good Saturday so far. Trying to get the iPad set up. Maybe. Oh, it's going slow. So today, hey Becky, hey Nancy, how are you guys today? iPad doesn't want to work. It's been the story of my life for the last 2 days. All right, so today we're going to work with the Come Together Suite, and we are going to, there we go, do a card, and we're going to step it up. We're going to take this card and we're going to step up the card. If you guys are making any comments, I can't see anything yet because my iPad's just loading up here. Here we go. There we go. And, oh, Nancy, the water leak is in the roof. Joe's got to go up there and take care of that. But we had to, it's been, I'm exhausted, totally exhausted. But anyways, let's talk about this Come Together Suite. Thank you for asking, by the way. If you guys know of anybody that could learn anything from today's video or something that you want to point out on today's video, please feel free to tag them and we will get started. This Come Together Suite, if you follow my blog, has had quite a bit of attention from me. The Fall Sampler is using this suite. And I've been doing a series of cards and projects on my blog as well, which is whispersinink.net. So you can go head over there. But let's go through the stamp set and the dies because that's kind of what we're using on today's card. So making sure there's not too much glare. The stamp set's called Gather Together. Morning, Paula. And it has a pair of, two different sets of pumpkins. It's got some wheat, a big leaf, some speckles, and then the sentiments that we have, actually that worked good for you guys, but Season of Thanks, Gather Together, Wishing You Well, and then it also has So Glad to Have You in My Life, and then May This Season Bring You Smiles and Love That Will Last All Year are the sentiments that it includes. And it is a photopolymer stamp set. Let's go through the dies, and I'm going to leave this down here. Let's go through the dies real quick. Here is the big maple leaf, and then we have two sets of this double pumpkin set, and then we have one pumpkin, the single pumpkin, and then we have these three other leaves here. These not only cut, and I'm going to grab this one because I think you'll see it best with that. And I'm hoping that you guys can see that not only does the dies cut the leaf, but it also embosses the leaf as well. This die is this leaf. And I think you guys can see it. Yeah, you guys can see that. So that's what's really cool about these new dies. And then, well, let's put these pumpkins back on here and stuff so they don't get lost. All right, we will be using these 3 leaves for today's card, but I want to talk about a couple of other things that are included in this suite. This suite comes with a double ribbon pack. It comes with the Cajun Crage linen thread, and then it has this really pretty soft, thicker ribbon. I don't even remember what the size is. So those are what come in the suite, and then you also get this fun little wood, and it's got a pattern on one side like that, or you can use the plain side. And then you also have this little log type of thing, and it's got a pattern on one side and then plain on the other. And we're going to be using those today. When you do the fall sampler, the embellishments, the ribbon, and a half a pack of paper are what is included. And let's go through a couple of the papers, because I used a lot of the papers in this card. This card was posted a couple of days ago on the blog, and there are 6 different patterns on this card. You've got the gingham pattern, the pumpkin pattern, which that pumpkin pattern is actually this pattern. And then you've got this Cajun Craze with the Mary Merlot pattern, this leaf pattern, this pumpkin pattern, and then you also have that plaid pattern here, and it goes all the way across to there. So the only ones that aren't in that is this kind of burlap polka dot, and then this Mary Merlot with the Cajun Craze leaves on it. Those are the 2 that weren't in that paper. So you guys get to see the majority of those papers in that card. Which brings me to the paper share. I'm calling last call. You have until the end of Monday to let me know and get payments to me for the paper share. So if you want paper share, please make sure to get a hold of me, text me, email me, so that I know that you want in on the paper share. And then I have the whole schedule for the rest of the year. If you are not aware of the schedule, then please let me know so that I can email this to you. I sent out a bunch of emails already. I know about you, Nancy, already. I've been told that you're in. September, October, November, and December's project schedule or class schedule. If you did not get this in your email, then you need to let me know about that as well. All right, let's get to the fun stuff. Now, I chose the Gather Together because the Gather Together doesn't just mean for fall or holidays or whatever. Gather Together can be anytime. So that's why I chose that sentiment. And this card is going to be our starting point. And excuse me, but I need to take a swig of coffee. Okay. Nothing pressing that I need to address. All right. So this, just like this card, And I'm moving my hands out of the way so that it can focus, hopefully. You cannot be afraid to use your pattern paper for these leaves or for any leaves. Leaf punch, a different leaf die, or whatever, because the pattern paper is so pretty. So pretty. We only did the one pattern on this card. And the colors that we're using here are the Rococo Rose, Mint Macron, and So Saffron. The colors here, this is the Mint Macron, this is the Pretty Peacock, and then it has Pear Pizzazz, Cajun Craze, Mary Merlot, and Pear Pizzazz. I already mentioned that. I think that's all the colors in the Designer Series paper pack. So this pattern here, this gingham here, came from the paper pack for the in colors, the 2019 to 2021 in colors. So, all right. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this card, here's our base, and we're going to add 3 things. Keeping in mind our starting point, and we don't want to lose too much of our starting point here. Where do we want to go from here? I'm thinking we add maybe a couple of more leaves, or even this feather would be cool. And maybe a little bit of ribbon to it. And this is Mint Macron ribbon. It's the textile ribbon. It's only 1/4 of an inch, so I think that would be a good way to go. Or we can leave the feather out and we can add just a couple of sequins, kind of keeping it simple. What do you guys think? I'm going to pull the sequins out just in case that's what you guys decide to do. And I have plenty. We could also add a layer, because I have my trimmer right here. We could also add a layer of something behind that. Put it underneath. I hear crickets, you guys. Literally. The crickets are outside, and that is all that I hear. Crickets, crickets, crickets. Are you guys going to leave me to my own devices? You know what happens when you do that. Ribbon for sure, Paula says. I agree. Oh, goodness gracious. There we go. Anybody have any fun plans today? Hope maybe somebody does, because I know I don't. Morning, Ann. We'll clean this edge up. And I think we're going to flip that over. Much better. All right, ribbon, and then we have a leaf and a leaf and a leaf. Do it that way. And what about, let's do something different. We've never done this way before, but let's do the gather here. And then, yeah, crooked. And let's do the together there. So Nancy's going to a reunion. Oh, Paula's going to Toto. Paula, are you going to Richards or are you going to Bailey's? We'll cut this really close. Like that. And we will still flag that. Just like that. Ow, finger stuck. And I think we need to round those. So with all this upheaval in the house, the poor kitties don't know what to do. Joe and I have been sleeping upstairs. Because we also found a low level of mold with the water damage. So it's not been fun around here. All right, not at all. Needless to say, I'm exhausted. Oh, and you might not have seen, although I think you did, that we had a water issue here. And I was so worried earlier because the guy across the street was cutting his grass. Glad we don't have to worry about that. I think we're going to move this ribbon to the other side. And I think we'll build off of that ribbon. More like this time, and we need glue dots for that. So, and just one glue dot per leaf is all that I did. And I think for this one, I think we'll go that way. And then dimensional here, like that. All right, and then we'll put some sequins on. What do you guys think? Start at Richards? That sounds like a good plan. Have fun for me too, would you? So there we go. How about that? Here is our 3 additional elements. And that'll go on a card base. And I didn't cut enough, I only cut 2. So I'll have to go find one. No big deal. All right, so here's the 2 that we have so far. Now let's do the third one. And we're gonna we're going to really take it to the Jennifer level on this one. So we've got our layer, and I'm actually going to pull out the big leaf on this one, the stamp, maybe. Oh, I haven't used this stamp yet. Didn't want to come off. And I need my bigger block, which is buried. And this, I'm thinking, I don't know if this is going to work. I know we won't be able to recognize the color so much. Oh yeah, we will. So we'll do that. Do. All right, so we're going to do that. And then, do we want to use this thicker ribbon, or should we use the Mint Macron ribbon? What do you guys think? You guys sure are quiet. Bling, 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 Paula says. Yes. Move my hands out of the way so that we can focus a little bit. Nancy, what do you think? Becky? Becky, you're sure quiet. Where'd you go? Oh, both. I like that idea. You know, I'm always up for doing multi-ribbons. Anybody else chime in? The thicker Anne says. Anne, are you opposed to doing both? I would hope not. Nancy agrees both. I think Becky left us. But that's okay. All right, so let's do both. I like the both idea. And I think we're going to use the thicker on the way around so that we can see the colors in the leaves better. And then we'll do that inside the knot to tie it together. These ribbons in texture, if you have this Mint Macron ribbon, is very similar in texture to this thick ribbon. And I like that, but this is a little bit too long. So we'll trim that up. We'll clean this up. And then we'll trim these just a smidge. There we go. How we liking that? So far, anyways. Good? Perfect. Oh, Becky. Okay, so we're good so far. We want to bring in the Rococo Rose, and I'm thinking, guys, I think we're going to do more than just 3 leaves. Are you guys on board with that? I think we'll do like 2 clusters of 3 maybe. I'm liking that idea. We'll put one here and then we'll kind of bring it up and over like that. What do you think? And then I think I want to use this for our gather together sentiment. Oh, Anne says it's her favorite. Okay. So I did find the texture side. I think you guys can see that. You cannot stamp on that, but you can stamp on the regular plain wood side. So what color? Do we want to keep it with the Rococo Rose color like these, or do you want to do it in the darker soft suede? That's the next question. And look I even have some little bit of extras here. So if you put R for Rococo Rose and S for soft suede so that you don't have to type them all out. That's what I'm looking for. Sipping the coffee. Soft suede, says Paula. Becky says the Rococo Rose. Nancy and Ann, what do you guys say? Oh, Nancy says the Rococo Rose. Anne's staying out of it. She doesn't want to be the one that messes it up, or what? I actually think we should stay consistent. I think we'll go with the Rococo Rose. And I need to clean that, so there's no soft suede left on it. And when I did the fall sampler, I did tilt this, but this time I think I'm going to tilt it this way. And because that one long sentiment that's in that is actually stamped on this as well. And there we go. Gathered together. It's so pretty. I love, you guys, I am so loving this suite. I can't even begin to tell you. All right. And I also think that, and I'm going to get a longer piece. I think that this little hole here needs to be filled. Although I could have turned it down towards the bottom and then we wouldn't have had to worry about it. But that's all right. So I have a strip of, I don't know if you saw, I have a strip of the burlap, which I always have one busted up. And I'm just going to take that strip that I folded in half, and I am going to do a tie on this. Linen thread fits through there, just so that you know. The baker's twine also fits through there. And you could probably fit in the other in color ribbon if I had to guess. That thin one, the super thin one that goes with the blueberry bushel. And this is not going to cooperate. Oh, goodness. I am so loving this suite, you guys. And I love these leaves. These leaves are fantastic. I can guarantee you we'll be seeing a lot of this used in fall projects. Wow. Guess what? We're doing a knot because I can't get the bow to work. And it'll have to do. Maybe add in another little piece here. Just to add some interesting textures. We'll give them a couple of snips so they're not all the same length. There we go. All right. So there's our gather together with the twine on it, or the burlap ribbon busted up. Okay. Let's figure out how we are going to... Ooh, I like that. How about that? Does that look good? Just fray it. Sorry, Paula. I missed your comments, but you don't ever lose, Paula. You're here and we're having fun and it's all good. So are we liking that placement or do I need to make some adjustments? If it focuses. Nancy says it looks good. All right, so here's when you're doing all these levels like this, what I do is I take the tip of my scissors with my glue dots and I pull my glue dots off and not moving things too far from where they were. Just go ahead and tuck those glue dots underneath so that you don't lose your placement too much. Now this definitely needs, and is one going to be enough? Yes. Don't be afraid to double up your dimensionals for this. Dimensionals love being popped up together. And we'll put that there. Taking the glue dot again. And here's the other thing, you guys. I left this one here because it doesn't matter if we go over just a little bit for the over the edge of that layer, because I left quite a bit of room there on purpose. And we're gonna put that like that. Nope. There we go, like that. And then we'll put this tip right there. Do we need to put bling? I think we might. Oh, goodness. There we go. Morning, Kim. I didn't see the comment. Shoot. Becky says yes on the bling. Anybody else? Anybody else? Hey, you know what, Kim? It's all good. We're here, you're here, it's all good. For those of you that watch after the live, please don't forget to do the hashtag replay so that I know that you came and stopped in. I love to see that you joined us even if it is later. All right, let's I only have 2 rhinestones left in this one. And I'm thinking there. And that one's garbage. All right. I'm thinking there, and I think we're going to put one there. And then I didn't hide the pretty ribbon. It's still there, Paula. I love that gingham ribbon. It is my favorite. But there was a reason for it. The rhinestones don't like sitting on the ribbon and staying there. So that is why. And we'll pull this one out here. Tuck that in. There. Do you feel better now, Paula? There's always a reason. Always a reason. Dang it. I changed the quality of my camera, you guys, in hopes that you would get better focus. But apparently not. Although I think it's a little bit better today than it has been. With the thicker ribbon too, you're going to want to put it on, or with the wider ribbon, you're going to want to put it up on dimensionals. And then, so here is card number 3. 1, 2, and 3. Any questions? You're welcome, Paula. I can't have you upset. That's not nice. Anybody? So here's where we started. Here, we added 3 things. We added the ribbon, the bling, and then we switched up this together. And then this one, we added the stamped image. We changed out the paper to the little wood element. We added another 2 ribbons and then more of a cluster. So those are our 3 things. And actually here, let's do it this way so that everything can be seen. There we go. I don't understand. Morning, Donna. Oh, Paul says better than last weekend's video. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. So those are our 3 projects today, you guys. I hope you had fun. Morning, Linda. Sorry, watch the replay. We're about done. Don't forget, you guys, that we have the paper share. If you want in on the paper share, you need to contact me. It includes all of the ribbon in the holiday catalog. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day getting crafty. And if you learned anything, you know what to do. Thank you. Bye.